My stream crashed. I could still hear you guys. I just couldn't respond
Cool.
because my microphone is like my bedroom, but we should be streaming again now.
Yep. I'll wait for you to fix that.
Let me reset that and we'll see. Yep, all good, all good, we're going.
Oh. So the king shows you the throne room, and the throne room has these big arching windows, which to Des look eerily familiar to that vision, except not in the most wrong way possible. The room that Des has seen in visions has been this curved room that looks like it's been built on a round base. This room is square, neat and orderly, and everything in it is a blindingly pale colour. The throne is, quite frankly, more audacious than it has any need to be. It is triple the height of the king. Marble, and filled with elaborate carvings, none of which seem to hold any meaning. Of course, this is the room where I spend most of my time. Most people come to me should they need something. If I'm not in here, you will find me in that room over there to the left, my royal study. If you must visit me in the study, make sure a guard is there to escort you. I do not speak to people without a guard present.
Understood.
After all, that's how meetings go badly.
Is there a guard following him then?
It might be.
Almost certainly.
Right, now, Desdemona, you say you're a diplomatic situation, yes?
Yes, I am.
Well, what can we have you fill your time with while you're here? I'd let you return to wherever your diplomatic situation station is, but I cannot allow that during the time of the games, as we do not allow travel until it finishes.
Yes, perfectly understandable. The area from which I hail is very closed off, very reclusive, so I doubt you would be able to get me there anyway.
Yes, we don't have the greatest of diplomatic relationships with many a nation at the moment. As the king says this, there is this blindingly, aggressively magenta sparkle behind him, like near the throne. And that sparkle just kind of spirals out. And in poofs a certain magenta man with parrot wings.
Yeah!
Yeah!
He's now sitting cross-legged on the throne and like leaning to the side.
Yeah, this is my throne now.
Excuse you, who do you think you are sitting on my throne?
Who do you think you are? This is my throne now. Excuse me.
You will not speak to me like such in my own castle. Guards?
Oh, you can try arrest me. It doesn't seem to work out well for anybody.
Who are you and what are you?
Oh, how about we introduce myself? I'm Grain. What am I? I'm a god, so screw you.
Humph. Well, Grain, get off the throne.
Why should I?
Oh, I don't know, maybe because you are clearly not of my kingdom, nor me, and that is my throne.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Get off the throne.
Des
To
looks
which
back at
August-
the other party
August-
members, just like, oh god.
August is standing
Yeah.
behind the party members, kind of just face palming.
How long is this gonna go on for?
And Coral is physically struggling not to just laugh.
Birdman, you will get off the throne, or I will send you into the death arena.
I mean, is that the thing that's the Olympic Games? That's not Olympics, apparently.
What on earth is an Olympic? What is an Earth? Where are these words coming from? What have you done?
Oh my god, what's the response?
I'm here to sue you for copyright infringement of the Olympic Games.
They are my Olympic Games now, excuse me.
standoff is going on, we're gonna cross back to team games.
You guys are never getting out of that situation.
No, it is
No.
embodiment of unmovable force versus unstoppable object.
Yeah,
No, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've just been like the king talking to us and like intimidated by this king, and then Grain disappears.
Yeah.
And you're no
Graves
longer
stopped and
intimidated.
danced.
Everything's so much better.
So team
I'm
games.
glad that you love my presence.
As you're all kind of looking at the map, discussing the map, there are footsteps behind you.
Who's
And
holding the map?
I don't know. Is
I
he head
was
of third row?
last. So I guess I still am.
You hear footsteps behind you, and you hear the sound of a sword just being drawn out of a holster.
Kitty pocket.
Huh?
Put the map in the pockets.
Team
Yes,
games,
yes,
please
yes,
roll
hide it.
initiative.
Roll a what? Oh god, my audio's gone again.
It is.
Are we
Oh, I
flat
even rolled
rolling or are we
Initiative.
rolling with
Flat-
things?
I just
Flat
do
rolling.
flat rolls
Jay,
for
you can
initiative.
also
Ah.
Jay's still hanging about.
Lovely.
Victor's fucked off to do God knows what.
Oh
Yippee!
my god, Kitty.
3.
Life is rebalanced again.
Nah.
So, behind you, what most of you, and what some of you who were too focused on the map didn't see, is Kitty. There is someone standing there with long, matted, dark hair, skin resembling like the same color of a goldfish, and they are holding a very, very sharp-looking sword.
Sorry,
Which is
I got
glowing
taken
with
out for a
magic.
second there where I forgot we were in an underwater nation. I was like, whoa, they should really go to a doctor.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's really
So-
funny.
You're kind of
So
right.
this-
Maybe they should.
This
Maybe
person,
they should go to a doctor.
this person has an expression which can only be described as vicious. And they immediately swipe a sword towards you all.
Who's the closest?
They're the closest to Kitty.
She's
Tommy,
gonna.
as,
Nope.
as the highest roller, what do you do?
Hold on 1 second. I'm just
Your
going to the
friend
bathroom.
/ maybe party member is being threatened with a knife or sword, whatever it was.
It's not a knife, it's a sword.
Yeah, and I know it's not a knife. My brain just said knife for some reason.
What is it with us and like calling weapons the wrong names?
First
I
you're
don't know.
calling God the wrong name, now you're calling weapons the wrong name.
We just are bad at names, I guess.
What if it is
Aye, aye.
arguably worse?
I'm going to throw a knife at them. I've got
Okay.
throwing knives.
Can you roll for the accuracy of that throw, please?
Is that just a d20?
Just roll the d20 now.
13.
Okay, so you hit them.
Yippee.
It hits them kind of in the thigh,
Oh.
and it's embedded into their leg.
Ouch.
The attacker screams and swipes towards the group again,
Back. What did I miss?
and
I threw a knife at
They-
the guy.
they barely miss Vitality. I'm rolling bad.
Is it still
So-
just the one dude?
Yeah, it's the one dude. Vitality, what do you do? They've now got a dagger in their thigh.
Why did Discord help open? I don't need that.
Discord can't help you here. Discord's in
Oh
the
my god, you
castle.
guys are giving me some great out of context things.
Discord can't help you here. Discord's in the castle, sitting on the throne.
If I
being
wanted to
bitch.
cast something, what would you want me to roll?
Just roll a flat d20 and tell me your intention.
Cool, because there's also. What do you mean 6d10 for damage? No,
Whoa.
I don't want to kill someone with it. Oh my god.
Are
You
you
can tell
sure?
me the intention and the intensity.
Yeah, I want to. Basically, I want to use my color spray, but the way I want to use it is I want to blind them and knock them back. Kind of like when you get sand
Right.
thrown in your eye.
Okay. So, how do you go about doing that? They're still moving, admittedly not as coordinatedly as it would be if they didn't have, a dagger in their fucking leg.
Because I also want to do something else. I'm gonna. Oh, I don't know if she's got her wand on her. It's fine. I'm gonna use the. Do you know what? I'm gonna use the battle axe for it. It's gonna spray out, and she's aiming it for the eye. That was
Yep.
not a roll. That fell out of my hand. We got a 15 on that one.
So, as of course the battle axe is not your preferred
The audio issues are
Vitality
just...
was trying to do. What's wrong with the audio?
My audio for Discord keeps cutting out, and I have no clue why.
Oh,
Weird.
Yeah.
Mine
Try
has
re-
A too.
yeah, maybe rejoin and then join again.
yeah, rejoin.
Yeah, I'll try that. Let's see if this works. Oh. I've quit Discord and my thing for the people has not liked that.
Sand.
No, it's
Okay.
basically kinetic sand, and it's more
Okay,
that it's just
so-
going to be inconvenient.
So, because of the
great.
fact that not only is this not your usual magic conduit, but this is also underwater, while your spell does hit them in the eye and they are immediately at a disadvantage because they cannot see very well anymore,
Seeing shapes and colors and shit.
they're seeing colours, not so much shapes. But because you're underwater, this also creates a large cloud of colour around you.
Wonderful. Can I do the other thing I wanted to do as well?
What was the other thing you wanted to do?
I wanted to push Kitty and tell her to run.
You can push Giddy, that's for sure.
Can I also tell her to run?
You can. You can do that without rolling.
Cool. She's gonna push her in the opposite direction and say run.
So yeah, you shove Kitty and yell at her to fucking get out of there. Squiddy, what do you do?
Since the attacker is now blinded and,
Stabbed.
and stabbed, Woody is gonna try and take the knife out of the thigh in hopes of they'll make them bleed out and die. And so they have it,
Okay.
and also
I
they have an
want-
extra weapon on their team.
Okay, I want you to Google coin flip and flip a coin for that.
Okay. Do you
Important
want evidence
question.
do you want evidence of what one I roll or not?
No, I trust you. Just know if you lie to me, I will find out.
I will find you.
Tails.
Okay, so you lunge forward to grab the knife out of the leg. And while you do manage to pull it, you don't manage to pull it all the way out. So it's now half stuck into them.
Oh!
And they are bleeding out.
Okay.
I do have many throwing daggers, by the way, so that's just one out of many.
Yeah, I
Kissy,
know, but still.
Kissy, what do you do?
They're probably very sharp as well.
Oh, she's gonna run a little bit, just like out of range, a little bit more, and then kind of like get somewhere she knows is gonna be safe and like out of range, and then keep an eye on what's going on, see if they've got it or if she needs to get her bow out. And
So, as this fight has been going on, like since the fight started, the cameras have woken up, and there's now a camera kind of like hovering by Kitty's shoulder.
Change
they
of
just
plan. Can I
cameras?
change what I do slightly?
No.
Damn. Can I add on to what
Did you-
I'm doing?
Did you hide the map?
Yes.
Cool. I'm no longer worried.
So the attacker, who is going to remain unnamed because they don't want you guys getting attached to them for a reason that's about to be very obvious, they pull the
Too
dagger
late.
the rest of the way out of their leg and throw it back towards Kami. Like, it lands on the ground. They look at them and go, "You fucking interlopers! I should have won," and then proceed to bleed out in front of you
Thanks for the
in a
dagger back.
slow, traumatic way.
Well, that was fucking awful, guys.
Yep.
Distantly, you hear a cannon go off, and the number 47 appears in the sky because there are now only 47 tributes left.
God.
Well, I picked back my dagger.
You're welcome.
Put it back in my pocket, completely bloodstained. Just put it back in my pocket.
You're not even
You're
gonna
welcome,
wipe it?
Kami.
No. Why would I?
Vitra is kind of Vitra's kind of made his way back over, dragging the log with him. He's like scanning around looking for cameras, and the one near Kitty flies off because, of course, that's not dramatic enough. Luckily, it doesn't pick Vitra up. It does pick Log up, though. So, Mr. Tree over here has something he needs to say. To which Log flips Vitra off and goes, "Fuck you, asshole." Okay, so I thought I was able to stay here and be helpful. I very much can't. Shit is going wrong. I'm swapping with someone else. He looks over at Vitality and goes, "Do remember you have my spellbook."
Aye, aye, and she salutes.
And then, do remember not to cast the wing spell.
I will try.
If you cast the wing spell, you'll end up with me a lot sooner than you ever wanted to be, okay?
We'll see how that goes.
Do you really want to give the you-know-who the satisfaction of winning?
No.
Yeah, good. So I'm subbing it out for a friend of yours.
Can we know who?
Well, that's no fun. And with that, Log turns into a cloud of sparkles like void doves do when they teleport
Not gonna
out.
lie, I thought you were just gonna say he turns into a log, like an
What
actual
a
log.
diva.
And those sparkles disappear like very quickly.
Absolute diva.
Cool.
And about a second later, there's another. Well, there's less of a cloud of sparkles, more so just a shimmer of a very, very like a certain shade of purple that some of you recognize. Again, Kitty recognizes. And standing before you, with purple hair and golden glasses, wearing armor, and holding a very, very large battle sword. Like
Oh, hell yeah.
a type of cleaver that you have used two hands on. Is a familiar face, except this familiar face, instead of just the purple hair, happens to have the ends of her hair dipped in red.
Ooh.
Long time no see, Godslayer. She looks directly straight at Kitty.
Yeah, I'm still not thrilled about the title, but yeah, good to see you two.
Gonna introduce me to the new people? Or are you gonna let them call me Moon as well?
Right, yeah. Everyone, this is Astro. goddess of magic and war.
A pleasure. Not really, because Log being here caused so many headaches for me.
We've met before, haven't we?
Probably yes.
Not like that though.
Where did you meet me? My memory fails me. Occasionally I still think I'm 60.
When we were in the Peaks
Ah, yes.
and we were coming up with a plan, and I was the one with the really funky magic.
Oh, right, you.
Oh, that's fun. I've already seen someone die today.
Yeah, don't die. Don't
Oh,
make
I
me,
don't plan on it.
Look, don't make me have to co-sign any of that process paperwork today, please. I don't have time for that.
I don't plan on it.
Well, you guys can fill me in on what shit show you have created now, because you are with the god killer herself.
Vi points at Kami and then points at the dead body and says, Kami killed a guy.
Yes.
Is that not what he does professionally?
He's just smiling like, yay. Yeah.
that
You sound
not-
like a like toddler
Is that-
proud of yourself.
Is that not his
Yeah.
profession?
Yup.
Not right now. He's unemployed.
Nuh-uh.
Esther just laughs at him.
It's his hobby.
I still kill people for hobby.
Back to Team Castle. You are still in the throne room, and Grain has been persuaded to get off the fucking throne.
What did it take?
Yeah, what
Bribery.
was the
Yeah,
deal?
Yeah.
What did
Bribery
they
with a
get?
really, really shiny coin that definitely isn't a siren coin.
Oh,
Sounds
nice.
believable.
Checks out, yeah.
Except because
how long
Grain
have
is
we been
chaos,
here
it
for?
doesn't work.
How long did we sit here for?
About half an hour.
Yep, checks out.
Yeah.
So, well, you seem to have acquired the bird god of bird brains. The king is very much not impressed.
I mean, is anybody
Yeah.
ever impressed by my presence?
There's
Now,
tips their head to
You,
Grain.
Skyward Peaks diplomat. To which August kind of begrudgingly goes, yes, sir. I believe you can make yourself of use by teaching my youngest, the prince, how to be better than the forbidden one. August kind of nods and goes, may I have a map to find where the prince has been sent? Because you sent him to his room, I do believe. Oh, you may. A guard will provide you with one on your way out. As for the rest of you, I shall leave you in the capable hands of Princess Nareen for the rest of the tour. I have a few important meetings I must attend. Mainly, we do not approve of how slow the killings of this year's games have gone. Perhaps we shall have to send Berry in after all. What a shame, she only just got out of the arena last year.
I'm sure it should be fabulous entertainment either way.
The king nods, turns on his heel, and like swiftly leaves, leaving you guys in the throne room with Princess Nareen. So, where do you guys want to go? Including the bird guy.
Bird guy's still here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bird guy
Oh,
has
right,
not left.
Ah,
You're stuck with him.
It's like, I can show you some secrets, because I said to Paula before I could show you some secrets.
It's lovely to see you.
Sure.
Grain, by the way.
Good to
Everything
see you
going
too.
well?
Yeah, the business is not great at the moment because apparently selling explosive origami is dangerous, which is stupid.
Yeah,
I will
Didn't
buy
you-
yours.
And I don't believe you have any employees at present. Do
I
you?
mean, I've
that's right, he
closed.
doesn't.
Do they share your work ethic?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Work ethic.
That's the point.
You don't have your favorite government minion.
Yeah, they're in the Olympics.
I'm going to ask you about that later. I'm very curious as to what the Olympics are.
So, Noreen's kind of looking around the group and goes, I can show you guys how to get into the basement.
That would be wonderful, actually.
I
That
thought
would
there
be
wasn't a
so
basement.
Oh,
There is a
see,
basement.
no, the thing is, Father insists there isn't a basement, except that's where the archivist lives.
Oh.
Is this
And,
some kind of godly trickery? Is this some kind of godly trickery, or is he just in denial, or simply unaware?
What my belief is someone in our family line did something so heinous that something older than the pantheonic gods cursed it. So he doesn't see sense often or ever.
I believe that. That often happens
I,
with royalty in
yeah.
my experience.
And having met some of the shades, particularly Her Royal Highness Princess Royal Maisie, I think I know what happened.
Please do
And it's
enlighten
not
us.
pleasant. Distantly, not too far in the past, long enough ago that there's still living people of our nation that remember it, a nation lived in a valley, pretty much about exactly where we stand.
Oh.
This nation's king had invaders show up at his gates and went to talk to them in a pavilion made of the finest marble of pure white, like this throne room. In the throne room, a large table sat, and all I've gleaned out of the archivist about it is one king did not leave with his head attached. Instead, his body was dumped at the gates of his nation.
Hmm.
Head tucked under his arm like a parcel.
Hmm.
I refuse to allow this
sounds
nation
good.
to fall to such depravity ever again. So, I've been helping the rebellion. And now you
I
are expected to help me. Otherwise, I will lock you in the dungeons and leave you.
Will I be getting paid for this?
I mean, probably. But also,
Cool.
like, you really shouldn't want an evil dictator king from a line of evil dictator kings to keep being evil dictator king. Just common decency.
I mean, he did give me a job.
Yeah, but also, like, if you're not here, you could get whatever job you wanted. Above the sea.
I could hire you.
Yeah, you could work for that guy. He
Working
pays
for
well,
God.
apparently.
I do.
Sure.
trust me.
So, come
Should
with
ask
me.
why her bank accounts
Alright.
next time.
Noreen leads her way through the side doors of the throne room into the staff corridors and proceeds to take the party through the ballroom and then down a little corridor and into the library. How you get into the basement, affectionately referred to as the archives by me, or the home of the ghost by my older brother, who I have not seen for so many years, is you find the hidden staircase.
Hidden staircase.
Mm-hmm.
And how would we go about locating this hidden staircase?
Yeah, is it like a book in the shelf sort of shelf sort of thing?
You need to look for a book that has written on it in what looks to me like jumbled up Royal Aquan, but might look different to someone who knows an older language.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's the title that doesn't make sense. It's this bluish green book with gold text.
Okay.
It's also like back wall near the left, I think. It's not like they can
Ah.
exactly move it. I go down to the basement all the time. Come on.
Alright.
So as you're walking through the library, you notice that there are a fair few books in common as well as Royal Aquan. But they are only books on politics and of other nations. And there's a very, very slim amount of them.
Not even a play or a single one.
No, father doesn't believe in fun.
Looks like you're on
Good.
education duty.
Yeah, I think you need to educate them on the art of plays.
So
Don't worry, I will.
Good.
as you're walking to what seems like the closest shelf to the window, Noreen just kind of pulls at a book and a door swings back. Ta-da! Secret tunnel.
Secret
Secret
tunnel.
tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Well, after you.
Off we go then.
I would like you to roll initiative, by the way.
Oh, D20.
Just roll a d20. Tell me what you get.
Do you want flat or add initiative bonus?
I don't care. I don't think you can roll lower than I just did anyway, so...
Did you roll a nat one?
I rolled a nat 2. Meanwhile... while you guys are descending this narrow, dark staircase, you do notice that there are doors to the side.
Just as well Halati is not here.
They are very old-looking doors, very obviously used. And as you go down, Noreen says, "Oh, these are some of the extra staff quarters for the staff that don't fit in either the internal staff quarters or have housing in the upper echelon."
Okay.
And then she's like, the other side of that map that I gave you, that weird wobbly structure, half of it written, of course, in my language, some of it written in very badly written common. That's the upper echelon.
Mm-hmm.
That's as close to normal civilization as we royals get to go.
Right.
Lovely style.
Oh.
I think you've already met Dargi, yes? The royal scribe?
Yes, you guys should
Yes.
meet them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
her
we
room's
have.
down here. Her family ages ago used to have a house, but so Dargi's situation's a little odd, and I only know so much about it because of Mr. Archivist himself. Dargi's father is the same as someone else who died in the games a while ago, except Dargi's mother was the royal scribe, and the other person's mother is she's a games organizer.
Oh.
She doesn't like Dargi. And she took over the family property of her, at the time, husband, who she definitely killed. And kicked her partner's illegitimate child, by her words, not mine, down here. And then, of course, she sent her son to the games. For reasons I'm yet to understand why. I can't find any reason recorded on what happened to Vectra Mistral.
Petra, did you say?
Yep, Vectra Mistral.
Oh. Okay.
But, yeah,
That's a fascinating story.
so you continue down the stairs, and as you continue down the stairs, we're just gonna go bother Cordelia for a moment. So Cordelia's in her room. It's exactly as she left it 10 years ago. You can tell not a single soul other than the cleaning people have been in. And as Cordelia's sitting on her bed, just kind of sulking, very pissed off as she should be, a ghost kind of floats through the wall. Ah, princess! Back in your tower, I see.
Hello. Yeah. Not by
What a
choice.
Oh, who chooses to be isolated? No one's sane. Yep, that's fine, Ari.
Okie dokie. I mean, yeah, not by choice. No, you're right.
So, do you...
It's so warm in here.
What transgressions do you know of that your idiot family have committed to have this building, Princess?
Transgressions.
War crimes? Huge? Do you even know why your older siblings aren't here?
I
For
mean,
anyone who hasn't figured out who's talking, this is Caspian,
I was gonna
your
ask.
favorite ghost.
I was gonna ask
Is
for
my
like,
favorite ghost. He's grumpy.
You will know the difference between the two shades that you'll interact with through this campaign. Caspian's a dick, and Maisie's nice.
Oh, that's so mean. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna turn the light on. It's getting dark.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okie dokie. What you call transgressions, I only know from what you've shown. As from what was shown from the little pink cloud thingy-mabobby.
For who, what now?
The little pink clouds.
I know nothing about that. What?
One of the people we were with had what I can only describe as probably some sort of weird vision. I don't know. And we got shown some things.
Princess, you say vision. Like, we're talking like neon pink clouds of smoke type vision, yeah?
Yeah, that's the color.
Oh, how intriguing. Phoebe had
But
that.
to answer your question on what I know about my siblings, no, I didn't get told anything after I came back from the peaks. I got told
Well,
that Ponty was kicked out and that the rest were married off.
Amphitrite was sent away because she got annoyed that she was superseded by her younger brother for being here. So she was married off to the first guy available of decent standing, your father's words. Subsequently, she murdered the guy and took his throne, which, slay queen, I guess.
Yeah, good for her.
One could say girl boss.
One could say girl boss. I don't know what a girl boss is, but it does indeed sound like Amphitrite. Coral married off because your darling father didn't see much purpose to having a second girl lying around. Haley, well, you know what happened with Haley being married off to a creep of a guy. Lovely girl, that sister of yours. Didn't question the slight beheadedness.
I don't think that would be the strangest thing people have seen here.
But Pontus, well, your darling brother had a bit of a, shall we say, I think the kids call it an emo face. He dyed his hair black with squid ink and had the most god awful side fringe and was prancing about the castle with his boyfriend, who was merely a child of the royal guard and someone on the entertainment authority. You know, a mere commoner of the upper standard. And all was fine until your darling father found out about it. And he proceeded to tell said commoner child's mother, who placed him into the games immediately. As in, the games had already started and he was put into them with no weapon and left for dead. And he kept Pontus locked in his room for about, I don't know, the duration of the games. Time's all starting to blur together to me now. And then shipped him off to Mundara Hyrith. As far away as you can get from here, pretty much. That is an AFB. So that's what happened to your brother.
That certainly fills some blanks.
Yeah. It may also explain why you're not very well liked within the rebellion.
There's a rebellion?
Oh, you sweet summer child. There is a rebellion. We've been in the walls this entire time.
I thought that was just Big Fish Paul.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Big Fish Paul's brother. With
trying to
that,
think-
we're gonna swap back to the party that are going down into the basement.
Oh my god, I need to think of a name for Caspian that isn't Paul. Big Fish Bob.
Slightly smaller fish Sam.
Small fish Sam.
No, slightly smaller fish Sam. So Noreen kind of leads them out to the end of the staircase, and at this point, you've walked through what seems to be this really thick shell of rock, which doesn't look to be the highest structural stability. It's plain grey and has very stress fractures from above in certain areas. And this basically kind of you can follow down to this giant cavern. As you descend the staircase and find yourself on a little outcrop of rock overlooking a desolate, dark, undersea cavernous space. You can see the barest twinkle of what looks to be some blue stone roofs, and you can see some of the shades from afar because they glow. And you can hear voices distantly talking about inane things like, oh, how's there above this shit dome? Oh, not great, mate. Oh, what's going on in the games? Vitra's causing problems as usual.
Nothing unsurprising.
And directly ahead of, pretty much directly straight ahead of you, across a bit of this valley-like terrain, past some what probably once were farming fields and are now just mud and slightly structures in a fair bit of disrepair. On a incline in the middle of the valley sits a castle built with rounded walls and a whole variety of things. But the castle's the thing that stands out the clearest because you see a collapsed throne room, which to anyone who played Last Ark, you recognise as the illustration that you've seen a painting of. One wall of stained glass windows of this throne room survives, but the stained glass is half fallen out and dead.
How does it kind of feel? Like what?
It feels
vibe?
It feels very, very, very quiet. The only way to describe this place
Too
is
quiet, or
it feels haunted. Is how this place feels.
Oh, of course. I'm assuming that's because the shades reside here.
because it is haunted.
There are so many shades here that you can they seem to be milling about, going about their day like normal people would.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Noreen leads you down a bit more of a sketchy staircase, still staying close to the side of the cliff. And you notice that she's kind of leading you over, then she kind of leaps off the path and swims, because, again, underwater, towards the castle.
Cool.
By
is there
the...
anyone...
Go on.
No, you.
No, you go first. You were going to ask a question. I don't want to answer it before you ask it.
Is there anyone that we should what should we expect? Who are we going to see?
I think you can figure that one out.
Probably, yes.
As you approach the throne room, specifically Des, you feel an eerie sense of deja vu. As if you've been here before, but you know you haven't been.
They kind of rub at the back of their neck, just feeling very odd.
By the throne room stands a man holding a trident, scarred from lightning, kind of just staring out over the desolate valley. He looks up as you guys all approach.
Does
Oh,
he say anything?
hello.
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 I see you've discovered the ruins of Tritonia.
Ah, that's what this is.
For fuck's sake, I'm trying to see the image of it. It's like requested entity too large.
No.
No.
Don't worry, it's fine. I can scuffed it. Anyhow, Daniel's just kind of looking at you guys very expectantly, like, what do you want?
I don't know. We were just brought here by Noreen.
Noreen waves. Hi, Archivist. How's
We're
it
here
going?
to help.
Help, you say. When you say help, what do you mean by help?
Bring down the monarchy.
Yeah, is that so?
Save
Really, a
Rather
patriarchy
replace
more than a
Elyumia.
people.
monarchy?
It's a monarchy, there's a king. You know,
Oh
known as
yeah,
a monarch.
Yeah, no, my brain was thinking male, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, monarchy.
There's
That's
the,
Oh.
correct, there's the correct version of that art, without the suspicious green patch, by the way.
Pretty.
Oh my god, we get the real one now.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my god, no more suspicious green. That was definitely not suspicious.
Oh, that's so cool.
You do notice that in the water down here, there is this distinct, like, slight purple shimmer.
Like bioluminescence.
Like, if you, like, only out of the corner of your eye, you'll see this sparkle. If you're looking for it, you won't see it. Type shit.
Is it the kind of purple where we should be worried about bitches who
It's-
have names that start with S?
Well, that depends. How cautious are you?
I mean, yes, we always should be.
Not.
So, as you are standing there, kind of awkwardly in front of Daniel, god of oceans, storms, water, big fish Paul to some,
Big
a
fish
right,
ball.
a right menace
Big
to
fish
most people.
Paul.
Des, you suddenly have pink like pink glowing swirls come over your vision entirely.
Oh god.
Yes, indeed, you are in front of a god.
Yes,
Two.
two. Wow, how fancy.
Two?
Two and a demigod.
Yeah, the bird.
Well, I'm a demigod, so.
The bird one you guys are stuck with.
So Des,
Yep.
you are standing in the exact same place, but several hundred years ago. About, I don't know, 220 odd years ago.
Yep.
Quote me on that. I haven't checked the timeline.
Okay.
You see distantly, like from where you're standing, you see a woman wearing silver with dark hair, wearing a diadem,
Mm-hmm.
pacing in front of the windows,
Oh,
which
it's
are
her
now
again.
for you fully filled with stained glass.
Can I speak this time?
You cannot. You are an observer.
Silenced.
You do hear that she is muttering, but you can't make out what she is muttering. And then you see through the windows, you see a guard make his way up to her, and you hear him say very clearly, "The king is dead." What do you mean the king is dead? The king was slain at his peace talks, beheaded by the king of Aquaticus. and you watch as the woman in silver sinks to her knees in seemingly disbelief. You watch the guard very, very awkwardly say, "I will fetch the prince," and then corrects himself with the new king, ma'am. As I'm sure that he would not want his brother to be alone, nor his fiancée at this time. And then you watch the guard leave, disappearing down a distant hallway that you cannot see from your vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hear the woman, now known as the fiancée of King Caspian. You hear her utter the words, "When the people of Trisor fall, our very souls will not rest until this family face their actions with remorse." And while the words seem typically fair enough for someone engaged to a king who has now been murdered in cold blood for no good reason, you notice that as she speaks them, there is the slightest flickering of power in her voice.
Oh. Frankly, Des has very little clue of what's happening, but they get the feeling this is kind of this is a very private moment. But I'm guessing they feel the same kind of deja vu.
They do still, yeah. This
Hmm.
still feels an awful lot like they've been here before, but they haven't. And with that, the pink haze retreats, and they are back in the current moment, looking at a ruin with a rather old god just staring at the party in general. I swear there were more of you last time I met you. What did you do with the rest of them?
Half of them are in the games. Do you know who King Caspian's fiance was?
Phoebe?
Yes,
How on earth do you know Phoebe?
it's complicated. I don't know. You know how I just spaced out right there, right? You know, Daniel.
Right. Yes.
I'm having visions. I think.
How quaint.
No, I. Hmm.
Des,
Yeah.
Phoebe was the prophetess of Tritonia.
That explains not a whole lot.
Okay, this Daniel looks at the party and just kind of tilts his head and like, okay, do you all know what a prophetess is?
Yes.
Yep.
They
No
read
good
the
stories can
future,
be without one.
right?
They do see the future, yes, but they get the future in prophecies. And of course, the faith of Tritonia was not the godly religion that I somehow got yoinked into. I'm not still salty, but the religion of Tritonia was different. Was much older. Phoebe received her vision through now what we consider to be inactive or dead gods. And they were very, very inactive during our lifetime.
What did they call themselves?
They called themselves the Aniakwan gods. Well, that's what we called them. That's our version of their incomprehensible language for them. And while they do still exist, not many of them are easily found.
Um, what? Wait, did you know what it was like when Phoebe like had a prophecy, or if there was like any conceivable reason she could have been looking at me directly? I
Well,
already asked. I already asked my mum, but they had just no clue really.
well, admittedly, I didn't know Phoebe anywhere near as much as I would have loved to. But from what I recall, one time Phoebe did describe feeling like she was being watched. And when she looked at the windows, she couldn't see anyone there. And we assumed it meant someone had broken in and was spying.
When did this happen?
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
Okay.
Look,
Ooh,
Des, you know damn well that I'm very time blind.
this is true, yes. Well, something's happening. Anyway, revolution.
Lovely. Right, revolution. So, I assume you've met my brother.
Seen
The
him a
ghost
few
of
times.
the ghost of him.
Oh,
Anyhow.
yes.
Well, Caspian's all for death to the king. And I was for death to the king for some time. But that would not be fair to those children.
Hmm.
I am for remove the king from power and place someone more competent, just better on the throne. Not me. Fuck no. I should never have been king of this one.
Do you have a plan for who you're going to place on the throne? A figurehead is most important in any revolution.
Agreed.
That's the thing. The people don't know the children of the Tides family. Because the public have never met them. Ideally, I would say Amphitrite, but she has her own nation to rule. So Coral, but Coral doesn't want to rule anything ever. She loves being a princess.
Mm-hmm.
Pontus is a king and king in his own right. And quite frankly, he has every reason to hate this nation. Considering what he was put through. And considering Vitra's got a fucking insistence on not telling him he's not dead. One day.
Sounds like Vitra.
Haley has better things to do, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
And that means the next in line is Princess Cordelia. Or Queen Cordelia. Skyward. That's so weird.
Yeah, it really
Oh,
is.
yeah, Cordelia is currently in the tower, getting kept in
Again?
there.
Again,
again.
really? Ah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was in diplomatic mode, so unfortunately we didn't manage to get her out, but I trust we will. I doubt
You'd
going and checking up on her, so
Let me be abundantly clear, demigod.
yes.
If she stays in that tower, Iris will kill me. And I've already died once, and I would rather not die to my girlfriend.
Oh, congrats. Um,
Oh, congrats!
That needs to go in the out of context.
Oh yeah.
Now,
it's
now we're gonna
my girlfriend. Oh, congrats.
we are gonna cross over to team games. It is now midday.
Broke up bitches.
10 people have died in the game so far. So the total number of tributes still alive is 37.
Lovely.
And while some of those may not be actual deaths, some of them may have been kidnappings into, you know, Tritonia, including Halazia and Queeg.
Oh my god!
They have been kidnapped. They are now stuck in Tritonia.
Do we know if they've been kidnapped or
No, you
Would
just
we
can't
think-
find them anywhere.
would they have cannoned?
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh.
So, Vitality. As you're standing in the arena, as the scenery shifts around you from a forest to more of a rolling hills type desert, you are technically in a cave created by illusion magic. Because you don't see the illusions, thus the illusions do not exist to you. You do see a figure stumbling into the cave with what looks like a sword. Can you please roll perception?
Uh, 21.
So you immediately notice that when you look away from this thing, it disappears. So you can safely assume that this isn't real. But it still staggers towards you nonetheless. You do also happen to notice that there's a camera. Like, right above you.
Hmm. Okay.
What do? You can call out for help if you want.
Oh. Fire's gonna crack her knuckles. And she is going to. I have one idea that would be really funny.
What the hell
Do
just
it.
happened there? What just happened there?
Okay, I have two ideas. And I'm gonna get you to roll roll something.
Right, okay.
If it's odds, I'll do.
I will roll a d6.
I just need odds or even because I've only got two
I
ideas.
can roll a d6 for you if you
I
want.
have a d6 in my hand.
Cool.
I rolled a 4.
Cool. She's gonna cast suggestion.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll anything for it?
No, we will assume it works for reasons. Smile.
You're limited to a sentence. Cool, and I magically influence a creature. Fantastic. She's gonna look at the thing that's not actually there, and she's just gonna say, "Fuck off and crumble."
Before her, there's a flash of what can only be described as a rainbow light coming from her that hits this thing, and it crumbles into nothing but purple dust.
Well, that was fun.
But also,
She...
the magical construct illusion cave around her also crumbles to dust, meaning that there is now a hole in the illusion. And this is picked up upon by the cameras.
Oh,
She's gonna turn and smile. And wave and bow.
The second that she waves
Smile
and bows
and
at
wave,
the camera,
boys. Smile and wave.
there is a flash of lightning on the other side of the arena, and the camera flies on off.
Oh, that thing's out of my way now.
Nice one, you hear.
Hello?
Hello?
Hold on for my hello. Hello? She does say hello.
Hey,
Hello?
V2. Enjoying fucking with
Hi,
people?
V2. Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot.
You want to find a secret instead? I found a secret.
I
Go
mean,
find your friends. I'll show you the secret.
like, on the condition that you call me V1, because I am V1.
Okay, V3.
V1. Thank you, V2, for your contribution.
V3.
V1.
Do you want to see the secret or do you not?
I do want to see the secret.
Cool. So go find your friends.
Alright. And she's gonna walk off and try and find some people.
So, Kitty, what are you currently doing in the games?
I'm trying to think if there's anyone she would have stuck with.
Surely Kitty's just playing with Squiddy's rocks.
Sure, yeah.
I was gonna suggest you just bat a ball of string around like a cat.
She's gonna be hanging out with Squiddy, and she's You know, like worry stones, where like
Yep.
you just yeah, she's just kind of doing that with one, and like she's just really tense. The entire like the whole game situation is just she's not having a good time, so she's just tense and like messing with the stone as she kind of like paces and just yeah, worries basically. Tries to strategize. She's not getting much strategizing done.
That's fair. So Squiddy, you are playing with rocks. You already answered. What is
Yeah,
Kami doing?
but also just like watching Kitty walk around, pacing.
What is Kami
We're-
doing?
We're all separated out, right?
Kinda. You're not too far away from each other.
Okay, I'm gonna loot the guy that I killed.
Yep. So the only thing of any importance he has is the sword.
Cool, I'm gonna take it.
Cool. It's a shit sword. You notice that the second you pick it up, it's just not good.
I give it to Squiddy.
Um,
I don't want it. Here you go.
Betrayal.
You do notice though,
Squiddy accepts it.
Kami, that Astra seems to be looking in the direction of a wall and squinting.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we have Astra.
You do have Astra.
How did she did she see the cave?
She did see the cave, and she's now turning to look in Vitality's direction with an expression that only reads as, "Didn't I tell you not to use magic?"
Absolutely smiled and waved back.
She rolls her eyes. Then she looks over at Vitra and just raises an eyebrow. And as Vitra and Vitality approach, she greets Vitra with, "I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be dead." To which Vitra goes, "What a shame, I'm unfortunately still breathing. Various people, and him, my ex-boyfriend, will be disappointed to hear."
Ooh.
That's one way to come out.
Oh, you wish. As Jay makes herself known with that comment, Vitra turns and flips Jay off.
I'm going to return the gesture by flipping Michu off as well.
That ooh was in canon, by the way. She did say
Yeah,
that.
I figured that was.
Oh my god. Jay, you know damn well the entirety of that story, including, you know, the family shit show, the royal family shit show,
Yeah,
this shit show.
yeah, the shit shows. There's many
Whoa.
shit shows.
To which Astra just rolls her eyes and goes, "Ah, joy, mortals."
Ah, joy, God.
Me, 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 me. Do you
Okay,
want me to help with your revolution, Jay, or do you not?
fine.
Because I'm all for dethroning a shit king.
Oh yeah. Then yes, help. Dethrone the bastard.
I don't think he's technically a bastard. I think he's just technically a dick.
Yeah, but actually no, that still has the same
But
root to it.
So Vitra greets everyone else with, "Do you guys want to see something cool?"
V2 has secrets, guys.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm ditching the nickname. I'm just gonna use my name. Yes, I have secrets. Vitra, has secrets.
Will you spill?
I'll show you if you stop playing with rocks.
Only for a minute.
You are like a child.
Yeah. Have you seen Lottie?
Oh boy.
I have not been out of the ocean. Also, I am of the same belief as those other upper echelon kids, Squiddy, that Lottie doesn't exist.
Lottie does exist, but it's not special enough.
Do you have proof of that?
And when you end up in the insane asylum, I will come visit to say I told you so.
Well, at least I'll have visitors, but I won't end up there.
Can you prove to us that Lottie exists?
Lottie made me gay.
That's a no.
God.
I don't.
I Oh,
Sweet.
it's an absurd.
You guys cannot see my face in real life, but I have the most what the fuck expression stuck on my
Sweet,
face.
sweet squid. That's not how being gay works.
So Vitra
So
kind of
in my
motions to you all
mother's
to follow.
house,
And
my mom's having this.
he's ignoring Squiddy as he leads you across the arena. Now you can ramble, Alicia.
My moms have my moms. You know, my mothers, they have evidence.
And don't your mothers think you're dead because you, I don't know, ran away?
No, they still have hope.
Hope is a goddess. Astra pipes up.
Well, I guess they have her as well.
No.
I don't think that's how polyamory works.
Yeah, no. Astra shakes her head and goes, no, it doesn't. Let's not do that one, thanks. She says hi, by the way.
Hey, hi, Hope.
Oh.
She also says congrats to Kitty on killing a god.
I'm going to.
If I may explain, Kissy, the reason that you've now landed yourself with such a title, Esther explains as they're walking across the arena, dodging the cameras. The reason that you are the god killer is because of the timeline shifting.
Doesn't mean I like it.
So because of all of the stuff that happened when you guys were in the Skyward Peaks, with the timeline being broken, and basically you've been pulled onto a different one and they've been meshed together, one of the things that happened in this timeline is that the god killer was a mortal.
And that somehow ended up being me.
And it ended up being you because it was the same group of people.
Lucky me.
Not me. Which is fine by me.
I'm sure it is.
So, Vitra leads you guys to the wall of the arena, and just kind of knocks on it 3 times, and a whole panel of the sandstone slides back to the left.
Oh,
I found a secret.
that sure is a secret.
So he leads you all inside, and it's very, very dimly lit. But there is a room back there. Not a tunnel, just a room. It's rectangular, the same sandstone as the arena. On the walls are what look like mosaic depictions of 12 animals. But because of the dim lighting, you can only make out 2. And one of them looks to be an amalgamation of several animals. You can pick features from an axolotl, you can pick various fishy related things.
I don't know why my first thought was a chimera then.
The other figure is depicted as just an axolotl, and it is blue and purple. And below it is text that in Tritonian reads, friend of the princess.
Ooh.
And then followed by another line which says, friend of all. And then being of friendship below that. Whereas the other wall, where did war come from?
The other war.
The other wall has under it, in a different font almost like someone's written with the mosaics themselves in their handwriting. It just has underneath it, approach the altar, spelt ALTA, and pray.
Is anyone gonna go and do the thing, guys?
Astra's looking around the room and kind of trying to place where she recognizes any of this from.
Question, is there a thing that can write in this room?
There is a book with there's a lectern with a book in the middle of the room.
Can I, take the book, walk over to where the thing that said altar and pray, and just write for what on the book and see what happens?
You can do that.
Cool, I do that.
So, after picking the book up and placing it by this depiction of that has the caption of this depiction that can you describe as a chimera, with approach the altar and pray underneath it. You notice that there doesn't seem to be any activity. Like nothing appears on the book. You are clearly the only beings in the room.
Cool. To be fair, I expected that to happen. I just wanted to see what would happen.
So Astra's looking around the room, and she just kind of squints, and she goes, "Oh, oh, I see.
What do you see?
Friend to all is the remaining title we know of the oldest known godly pantheon.
Oh.
Ours is not the first, nor will it be the last, as how time works, but the Aniakwan preceded us, and they were dormant for a long time before the pantheonic gods started appearing.
Oh,
So this is an altar for them?
I don't think it's an altar. I think this is a shrine. I think that is a pun. She's pointing at the wall that says altar on it.
I mean, yeah, that's not how you spell altar.
Yeah, I just kind of thought it was misspelled.
do you know anything more about this? Or is it just a fun little secret?
Well, I don't know that much about the Aniakwan, admittedly. It wasn't a religion followed when I was living in the Skyward Peaks. Not the Skyward Peaks. AFB. Or the Skyward Peaks, actually, come to think of it. But I didn't live there as a mortal, so. The Aniakwan were an undersea primarily faith, followed by the people of Tritonia.
So it's like an old undersea thing.
That would be my best guess, is maybe they aren't as dead as certain purple bemoaning overlords seem to think. Oh, that reminds me. There's no cameras can listen in here. You know how I recall how you were warned of a war amongst the gods?
Yeah.
Well, upon a certain purple Pissera offerer discovering a certain log's disappearance,
Uh-oh.
he did declare war.
Oh,
Oh dear.
So, yeah, gotta convince a certain ocean man to stop being a fuckwit, unlock the ocean, and be helpful. Then I've got to move on to not only my own sister, but the god of health.
Good luck.
Yeah,
when you
thanks.
see when you see them, tell them I say hello.
When I see her,
Ye old health.
oh, that's right, you're related.
My
Um,
my real long down the line aren't cool.
that's right, father's side, yes.
Yeah.
So, you know how your ancestral home on your father's side is the one building in the middle of a really, really big field?
Mm-hmm.
You know how there's a memorial next to that building now?
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
I've
Memorial
been
to
there
those
in a very
mem-
long time.
memorial to those who died in service protecting Mundara Hyrith from its attempted incursion by Deathfall. such as myself.
Oh,
Didn't gain the title Lady War for nothing. Now, my real question is, will these supposedly long dead, by my understanding, from when I was a young mortal child, ancient gods, have any consequence on this immortal war that a certain purple one has started? Or will they have any influence on this one?
Do you think they will?
Well, I kind of hope they will. Look, it would be nice to have a fellow god of war buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Other than Zari, Hope. Do you guys?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, with certain people being on the wanted list by a certain purple god, Astra makes direct eye contact with Vitality at that.
she just smiles.
You don't want the promotion, I assure you, it's not worth it. I do wonder though, what are the rest? The Aniaquan are known to be a number of 12. So there's perhaps one known as Alta and the one of Friendship, who is an axolotl, and Blue. I wonder what the others are. Avatars wise.
I'm kind of curious too.
Hmm. Other aquatic animal related, maybe? Considering they're all kind of water, ocean based.
I mean, perhaps one is the sea snorse.
Did you say sea snorse?
Sea snorse.
What is a sneeze snorse?
A sea snorse.
There's a sea version of the snorse.
Well,
Yeah.
if horses can have a sea version, I'm sure snorses can.
Fair enough.
Sneeze snorse.
Back to the team castle, currently standing at the ruins, you know, pretty much almost under the arena where the rest of the party are. What you doing?
Um, uh,
Do you want to explore the area, perchance?
Yes.
Yes.
um,
That
I
is.
would like to talk, or Tom would like to talk with the Birdman about possible employment.
Yep, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how much would I be paid if I were to be your employee?
How much do you want to be paid?
I don't know. That depends. What would you have me do?
Would you like to know, Wither Boy?
You stole my line.
You can still say it. You're talking to yourself.
True.
So, you don't have anything specific? I just do things for you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of own a lot of things, so, like... and, like, clones are not the best workers, because, yeah, they don't do much.
They
Right.
replicate the work ethic of their original. Daniel says that is making direct eye contact with Green.
Excuse me, I have great
That
work
makes
ethic.
sense then.
That's
Right.
a lie.
No, that is a big lie.
But
You
I
do.
Have it.
You do have lots of work. How much of it do you do your own, though?
Pass.
You even outsourced your godly work to a mortal, so
To be fair,
Well.
for half of it, I didn't know I was a god, so...
yes, and that was on purpose because you kept blowing up our stuff.
It was fun.
Okay.
Hashtag girl boss.
Moving on from that, I'm guessing guards don't have much use for potions, do they?
No, but mortals who sell them do.
Mortals do. And like, I do own a potion shop.
Ooh, okay. And how much do you...
The scam.
Did you buy the apothecary?
There was a potion one in the black market.
I would like to point out that technically Grain owns all of the businesses on the Skyward Peaks Islands now. He is the only one.
God!
I am capitalism.
Monopolies.
No.
He is the only one who lives there now.
Oh wait, that means Vi's homeless.
No, you have a home.
They need help with running all of that, considering he won't run it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about perks? Would I get any
Company
special
benefits.
ability?
The company.
He owns the entire island.
Free healthcare.
I'm sure you
They
guys
give you
figure
health
something out.
insurance as apartments. Like, you guys see it.
Cheap apartment.
Well, that's not
It's just
what I
at
was.
the black market.
It's called the 5-finger discount.
Oh god.
If you talk to Vi, I'm sure she'll want to tell you all the benefits. And definitely no downsides whatsoever.
The expensive
Downside.
electricity bill. Several expensive electricity bills with several different power companies.
I own all the power companies now, I'm guessing, because I'm the only one who lives on the island.
Yeah. You are
Yeah, so there's no expenses there.
Having to pretend the taxman's not real.
Taxes are a myth, okay?
I mean, I do that already.
my
so...
God,
Distantly, distantly, somewhere in the very, very distant other plane of the godly existence, Murbo blinks awake at the mention of taxes.
Bro wakes up from his nightmare like, oh,
I sense a disturbance in the universe.
something happened.
Quick, hit us with a line, Murbo. Wonderful, I loved that.
what?
Murbo, hit us with a line.
Yes. I think that we should tax grain a lot.
Only Grain? If Grain's the
Yes,
only
only
one to ever
Grain
get taxed, I am on board.
Grain owns enough now that we can just tax grain, and grain will just pay out everyone else's. So
You really believe
Murbo
Grain
can
would
just take
pay?
control of the
Do
entirety
we
of
need
Skyward
to rem-
Peaks and say that they were like the tax.
So,
Like,
Murbo, as you're saying this, you were joined for tea by the Goddess of Justice, who simply says, "Do you not remember the court case you violently lost?"
um, no.
Go back to sleep with you.
Oh my god, Marbo's here?
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, you missed it!
I
Oh.
did! I had to go shut curtains and turn lights on.
We woke up Murbo.
Taxes were mentioned. Murbo awoke. Murbo has been told to go back to sleep.
That's this.
Murbo
Okay.
has gone back to sleep.
Yeah.
Murbo
So-
decided Grain should be the only person to get taxed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Grain,
Yes.
who does not believe in tax.
Murbo also decided that technically, according to them, the entirety of Skyward Peaks is theirs because they seized it.
Let's see.
They're the only one who lives there.
Yeah.
So the rest. So Team Castle. What do you do with the rest of the time you're in Tritonia?
Other than talk to me about getting a job.
think-
Oh,
Des would like to have a,
I'll give
like
you
a
a job.
casual chat with Daniel because like they haven't
Yeah?
seen each other for a while, and then
What
go out
job,
and see some
though?
shades because I'm sure there's something interesting they can learn.
Have a job.
Okay, so Des, what do you talk to Daniel about?
Just kind of stuff, really. Des and Daniel do kind of know each other. Des can talk an awful lot when they knew each other, but they do know each other. So I think it'll mostly be a lot of kind of probably like god gossip, just because.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes. And there is a lot happening right now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So after talking to Daniel for a bit, you get sidetracked by a shade that comes up to Daniel and proceeds to immediately be asking Daniel, Daniel, have you seen your brother? He's not down here.
Yes, I'd like to speak to your brother too, actually.
Oh, who are you?
Desdemona, pleasure to meet you.
Desdemona. You look an awful lot like the pantheonic gods.
Oh, yes. Demigod.
Ah, I see.
Half god, half other god.
Ah, partially magic. Gotcha.
Wait, half god, half other god?
Half honk.
Yes. It's very complicated. I do not
Honestly,
understand
helpful.
it.
Half honk.
Okay, so Desdemona.
Half odds.
To introduce myself, I am Her Royal Highness Crown Prince, well, Princess Royal, technically, of Tritonia, Princess Maisie.
Pleasure to meet you.
Former keeper of the Wave Tiara. We may have met already, my memory does fail me now.
Don't believe so. I am not particularly acquainted with most of the shades of.
So as you're
Tritonia.
looking at Maisie, you look at her and you're like, she looks like a carbon copy of Sally.
Have you met Sally by any chance?
Oh, the Princess of AFB. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I know her quite well.
Really? I suppose you get this a lot, but there is a striking resemblance between you two.
Yes, Sally has distant relations to the Tritonian former royal family.
That's very interesting, actually.
The Calais family and the Tritonian family are related by marriage distantly. A few generations ago, it was, I think, Empress Andrea's daughter who married a member of the Tritonian family.
Oh, yes.
And Empress Andrea also looks near identical to what the Princess Sally now looks like.
How strange.
Yes, it is. We do look eerily alike. When there are portraits somewhere in the palace of Empress Andrea Calais with whose name escapes me right now. The Calais that's related to us, and then there's one next to it of me when I was 18, 19.
Very odd.
It is indeed a very odd circumstance. We believe magic is at play for it.
I mean, what else could it be?
Then Daniel says, Aunt Maisie, Des was asking about Phoebe. Oh, Lady Phoebe.
Yes. I've been having visions featuring her.
How strange.
Yes, that's.
We were
exactly
under
what I
the
thought.
impression that the last possible prophetess of this nation would have to have been Phoebe, as you've never been here before.
Not once. Wait. What?
Well, see, the prophetess power is kind of derived from belief in the Aniaquan faith. However, you say you're part god, part other god, small amount of magic. I do
Yes.
wonder, was the pantheonic god of life involved with how you were created anyhow?
I believe so.
I do wonder then.
Yes.
Perhaps you have somehow acquired part of Phoebe's soul.
How would I go
perhaps
about
you are
returning that?
It's nothing to worry about. Phoebe was lovely.
Okay then.
She doesn't linger as a shade, unfortunately. But
Would
it
be
is
incredibly awkward to confess
part
that
of
I've
the
actually stolen her soul.
part of the Aniaquan faith was the belief in reincarnation.
Okay.
So I do wonder if that's influenced your visions problem somehow.
It's a very real possibility, yes. I believe she mentioned something about uh like until the Aquaticus family paid for their crimes, just in one of my visions, until they paid for their crimes, their souls would not rest. I don't know who she was referring to though.
Ah. See, we've been wondering why so many of us Tritonians still linger even after the cataclysm. But to which, at the mention of, Daniel looks very, very guilty. Oh, don't look like that, Daniel. You and I both know that that was not your fault and that was magic at play of a certain purple flavour.
The worst one, I find.
Unfortunately, I don't like grapes for a reason. But, see, so many of us Tritonians linger with no clear reason. I wonder. Phoebe, unfortunately, did have the penchant as a child for making up false prophecies. You know what? Fuck it, grapes aren't canon.
You just said grapes.
Yep.
Did grapes used to exist?
Maybe.
That's when you had canon. Grapes are extinct.
The people of Tritonia seem to linger, despite many of us very much being over it and wishing to rest.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder if Phoebe did speak a true prophecy in that moment and pledge our aid to a revolution yet to happen.
Oh.
I'm not opposed to it. I mean, something you may find interesting, you guests of the king. She spits the name out like it's a kid. Is his distant aunt and uncle were both responsible for accidentally slaying me in battle and ensuring I had the correct burial rites said. So they also haunt these. Well, they're not really halls. They kind of use this place as a bit of a quarry. They stole our roofs.
That is interesting, actually.
Yes. I would have names for you, but it would take me going and finding the cursed family history book to do so.
So, what, you theorize that Phoebe's prophecy was real and that's been keeping you all around for so long?
Well, quite frankly, when the nation ended, a battle had just finished, so there were, of course, ghosts of war. And Tritonians, of course, being of the Aniakwan faith, have a very different custom when it comes to burial and laying to the rest of the dead than most nations do, being that we are the original undersea nation, except we're not. We're the original undersea nation in this location.
Mm-hmm.
But
I should probably learn about it as a faith, shouldn't I?
yes, you may benefit from trying to seek them out, but they do not often show face, the Aniakwan.
Do they have any association with the color pink? Any of them?
Not as far as I know. I think pink is just generally the color of prophecy.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your help.
You could ask Daniel's Lady Iris.
If I see her at any point soon, I'll ask. She's probably know something at least.
If not, she'll find
Find
it out,
Iris
I'm
to
sure.
be yes.
To which
Iris
she,
usually has a way of doing
Maisie's
that.
immediately like teasing Daniel, like, ah, yes, Iris, who you were pining for as a child. Yes, that one. So, Team Castle, what are the rest of you doing?
Just kind of looking around the place, trying to see If there's any ancient inscriptions or anything on it that I might be able to decipher.
You don't see any inscriptions so far, but keep in mind, the closer you are to the castle, the more everything is very, very damaged.
Yeah, that does make sense. Mm-mm. I was gonna talk to Daniel, but the conversation is now a very far away topic that it wouldn't make any sense.
No, you can talk about it anyway.
Okay, so then Corla walks up to Daniel and is just kind of like, is it actually better for the children if the king is still around?
Well, I may not like it, but he is, biologically speaking, their only living parent. And that is not my call to make.
That is true. He didn't seem like he's necessarily the best parent.
No, but he is still their parent.
Then maybe we could ask the older children's, who's maybe could handle this about it.
But by that logic, we should be asking all of them.
I agree, but isn't that quite a lot to be putting on someone so young?
Those children have seen things children should not see.
That doesn't mean they deserve to have the topic of their father's death chucked on them for them to decide.
No, but they do deserve to be able to voice their opinion.
I agree.
My original
anyone
stance
spoken-
was death to the king. However, I will not be the reason that the Tide's children get another parent dead for no good reason.
I can understand that viewpoint, but I do fail to see how we could instead get someone else in the phone with him still there.
There are so many magical things that could remove him from the ocean, from this plane, possibly from this timeline, depending how amenable Iris is feeling. Why is it that we have to go just for death?
I guess I failed to consider those options.
Just make him.
By that logic, why do we stick to the royal family at all? Why have you considered replacing the monarch or the leader of the nation with someone not part of the family?
Have you
So-
considered making it a communist nation?
You say
That
this,
is an option.
Brain, but I have considered it. And
Brain
the reason-
Nation?
The reason I am hesitant to voice this is the upper echelon of the society would just install a puppet leader, and it would be Karen Mistral. And she will kill anyone in her way, Tide's children included, no matter where they are. But really, AFB have declared war.
Fun.
AFB don't declare war lightly. The chances that the king survives is solely on him.
So he's got better chances than John.
Yes, he doesn't have a god with a vendetta.
I assume that if you consider instating an elected leader, that would be rigged.
Yes, the upper echelon holds.
What if we
vast-
rig it?
See,
No, that is just the same thing.
see, the thing is, what you're not quite comprehending here yet, as you haven't seen the upper echelon or Aquatica City, is there are castes of society here. The upper echelon consists of anyone with any money. The
Oh,
entirety
Echelon
of the
did, and-
city. Shut it. The entirety of the city is full of people who cannot afford to live, cannot afford to eat, cannot afford to have a house, and they live in terror because of the games enacted by the people of the upper echelon. Those games came from the rich people, were presented to the king. The king went yes. They are not under royal control, and unless there is a royal leader that everyone can look to as even as a figurehead that can control the upper echelon, we cannot do anything but be doomed to repeat the past.
Why don't you become the figurehead then?
I have ruled as a king once. I am terrible at it. I am a god and I have a station and a duty to do beyond taking care of the remains of my nation and ensuring correct funeral rites are eventually held for what happened here.
Des
I
fixed
was
that
a
and
king.
Has anyone spoken to Cordelia about if she wants to be queen? Because if she doesn't
No.
want it, well, we should. We should do that before making any more decisions based around who the leader would be. But we do need to find one.
But really, Cordelia, as I knew her when she was younger, wanted nothing more than to be an adventurer.
I don't know her well enough to say what she wants now, but I think we should ask her.
Well, then perhaps what you should do during your time at the castle is get to know the princess.
Des nods. So get to know the princess we will.
And then perhaps get to know the younger royal children because
Can't believe Greece is canon.
sorry, I couldn't resist. Perhaps what you may also find, I have spoken to the elder children, despite how terrifying Queen Amphitrite is. She is fine. She is happy. She rules her own nation. Same with Coral. She is happy with her position in life. She does not want to come back here. She does not want to condemn her children to this life.
I
Greeks.
Oh my god.
Pontus, of course, was very wrongfully removed from this nation through no fault of his own, just because his father didn't like him having a boyfriend.
Is this father homophobic then?
What do you think King Dick is homophobic, Grain? Do you think he might be a bit of a dick, Grain?
I love that all the characters in this series, in this campaign, are gay, or like some flavor of queer, except for like 3, and as far as I can tell, 2 of those are antagonists.
It's funny.
Fair point.
Agreed.
And also, that's just because of the places you've been.
Yeah.
However, yeah, Pontus would never return willingly to rule this nation because he would rather see it burned to the ground and destroyed. Well, yes, such an idea is fair enough and feasible because of what he went through. There are still people here who need a home. And where would they go?
Why can't we rehome them somewhere else?
There is nowhere else under
Are you offering the Greeks?
Yes, it definitely would work. 100%.
This is an undersea warfaring race that used to travel about, invading and taking. Just look at this place. They took this place too. And we will wait. Some of us, most of us, all except me, as shades of former selves until the day that it can finally rest. And the only way for Tritonia to rest is for Aquaticus to be disestablished as it currently is and reborn as something new. Not to mention the sheer amount of teenagers and young people who have found my nation to be home as a refuge. There are living ghosts of Tritor. Vetra's one of them. Jay is one of them. So many people have been sentenced to those games and stolen from them solely to keep them alive. The king must see sense, or be given the opportunity to see sense, before death is the next option. Also, Nareen has just been standing next to him nodding, because it's very clear that this is all her doing, this opinion. And she pipes up with, people do deserve second chances. Not infinite ones. But it's not fair to simply say that he should die and kill him. Unlike what I've heard happened with you guys and the fake leader of the Skyward Peaks, who committed a coup, stole the royal throne, and actively was proven to have murdered both the king and the queen, Father hasn't done anything here beyond his legal powers, other than suck as a parent.
Oh,
And be homophobic, which I think you need to correct.
See previous statement of sucking as a parent.
little does he know he has more than one queer child.
Pretty sure he does know.
He needs to be taught acceptance, like love and acceptance. He needs to be taught how to be an ally.
That sounds like Grain's next mission.
Okay, Grain, you try to teach the king that. Noreen kind of fixes him with a look, and then she says, if my elder sister is of no interest in the throne, then I will do my best to be the queen that the people of this nation deserve.
Do you want it? Do you want the position?
I said, if my elder sister has no interest. This is the life that I have grown up knowing. And I don't know if you've noticed, I have a little bit of a like for the comforts I am used to. Granted, I have grown up in excessive privilege, except I haven't because of the way that us siblings have been treated. Not to mention losing mother. But it is better me than my younger sisters or my younger brother.
There
And
shouldn't
it is.
have to be a sacrificial lamb, though.
I am not a sacrificial lamb. This is what I have been raised for. All royal children are raised to know how to inherit the throne should it be a necessity. Unfortunately, all of my older siblings do like to be rebellious little shits. Love them for it. And it means I am not focused on. I am lost in the wake of the trails that they caused. I have been lucky enough to have the least amount of stupid shit thrown my way by officials who think they know well, and the privilege to get to know the information that I should have, that all people of my nation should have, such as this place existing. Tritonia is below the feet of the entirety of my nation. It is unfair what we have done here, and we need to fix it. If that fixing it leads to the end of my nation, then so be it. But we have a duty, and we are invaders, and we deserve, well, the people of Tritonia deserve us taking responsibility and putting it back to rights. Particularly if there's a god war going on, because I can only imagine what a mortal war will do to influence a godly war.
You're right on that count, at least.
Now, I'd better get you back up to the castle before anyone notices that I'm not, doing my usual fuck all. And you have maps now. You know how to get here now.
We do.
You can come back down here without me.
Thank you.
It's no problem. You are guests of the castle, and I must be a good host. It would be bad manners of me, and my mother would be disappointed if I did anything different. With that, you are led out of the Tritonian cavern by Noreen, who ushers you all up in front of her, takes one look at the cavern, and just kind of nods resolutely before continuing upwards. Tim Castle, you now have what is effectively a long rest, aka free time to go and do whatever you want within the confines of the castle. We're going to head back to
Yippee.
Team Games.
Yay!
Dev is totally going to go find Cordelia.
So, Team Games, you are still kind of standing in this little small room.
What the fuck do we do now?
Well, I believe we should cause a distraction and hope like hell certain idiots, she points in the direction of Vitra and Jay, can provide us a convenient abandoning of the games.
We
Sounds
need a
good to me.
distraction.
Well,
I could
I
cause a
think-
distraction.
okay, right. We need to do something that gets all of the cameras on us. So, because Vitra is looking over at Jay, like, we have something to set up. We just need a distraction so we can set it up in the middle.
How long do you need?
As long as you can give us.
Oh, I can do that.
To which Vitra passes Jay a handful of explosives. It's like 6 of C4.
Oh, wait. Do I have the origami?
You don't blow us up. We need to set this up. We're gonna. You know how we gave.
No, I
told
wanted
you
to give it to you guys.
I mean, you might do, but it's in your hat, so good luck.
Oh. Never mind.
So, okay. We're gonna hit
The explosive
Vitra-
origami.
Vitra kind of like loops arms with Jay and goes, "We're gonna go set up something that will detonate at the next nightfall, or end of the next nightfall. So kind of what we would consider dawn, I guess. You guys need to get all of the cameras on you for at least the next 10 minutes. Go.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Right. Team Rainbow Cat, and she holds her hand up to high five you.
Who are you
Kitty.
high-five?
Oh, me?
Kitty.
Me?
You just
Yeah!
Hey.
No, I didn't know. Yeah, high five. Heck yeah, Kitty's gonna high five her back.
Good. I've been so disappointed. Just
I
like,
thought
yeah,
you were gonna do like
Rainbow Cat.
hands in thing and then just like the woo.
Alright.
So
So,
you exit the shrine and the door slides back over it, and it disappears, and you can't make it out of the wall now. And you're all
That's-
just standing at the edge of the arena.
okay.
Got a plan?
We've got... I so have a plan. How are you with being launched 50 feet in the air?
Well,
You're in the water.
yeah, we're underwater, so
Underwater.
sure.
Cool. Wonderful. Squiddy, what about you? Alicia!
Squiddy, wake up.
No, I was
Okay.
awake.
Right.
I was awake. I was awake. What was the question?
How do you feel about being launched 50 feet into the water?
Oh, I love it. I could swim. I get to be in my home, but like, I'm not so pleased about the treason.
Cool. And if
Most
I
people would be.
gave you more colorful rocks that were special rocks, would you be able to aim and throw them?
Yes. Can I
Cool, I'm
keep a
gonna-
rock?
You don't want to keep those ones. Keep them separate from your regular rocks that you have.
Okay. I like rocks and throwing things
These are
and
what I
water.
think they are.
It's paintball bullets, by the way. Like it's like literally just capsules of paint, like water
Oh my
balloons filled with
God.
paint. But small.
Okay.
Squiddy is a simple character. like rock.
Squiddy's
like
basically
Is that
like
okay, DM?
water.
Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Squiddy's
I'm
basically
gonna.
an autistic 5-year-old kid.
While you guys are planning this, Vitra has dragged Jay over to the center where those barrels are that are now empty.
Mm.
And Vitra and Jay are chucking in sticks of C4 into each of the barrels, and then they're chucking more C4 into the middle.
There
Okay,
is a lot of C4.
cool.
Yes.
So,
Vitra's
Kami,
pockets are full.
Aw.
you do whatever you want to do. Maybe cause like a scene or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I can do
Y-
that.
You do your thing.
Yeah.
Pull out the
So-
shrimp.
Pull out the shrimp.
no.
Eat the shrimp in front of them.
No.
No, it'll get vaporized like the first one did.
Uh,
I don't want to lose anymore.
Do something traumatizing to people.
Okay,
To-
I'll throw the mystery meat at them.
Oh.
that'll
Alright.
work.
I'm gonna ask the book a question.
Hmm?
I didn't like that music change.
I did nothing. That's just the music loop.
I wanna ask for a flight spell, but
So-
specifically that it can either look fake or it can make them actually fly, but not the wings,
So
like
you
levitating.
asked Logan's spellbook for spells for flight, and it flicks to one which is written thus: Spell of levitation, functionally similar to the potion, incredibly slow, would not recommend if underwater.
Cool, we're gonna use this.
There is a second page next to this one with spell of water manipulation, and then in brackets, emulates flight underwater.
We will use the second one. It was just funny to say we would use the first one. We're not gonna use the second one.
The second one seems a relatively simple spell. It is just simply, I throw this person and they will fly.
Oh, wonderful.
Instead while channeling magic.
Okie dokie.
But you do need to roll for the success of that.
Cool. I am gonna do it twice. I know that Skitty. I'm so sorry. I'm stuttering because it's late. I know that Squiddy will fly. Can swim on their own, but it adds. Leave me alone. I'm trying. It adds to the dramatic effect if I do both.
Right, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm gonna be so dramatic. What the fuck?
But you can call me Sponge if you want.
Wonderful. I will. I'm
Just
gonna.
like no one else.
Thank you, Sponge.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna roll to cast it twice. I'll do two
Yeah.
separate rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have one. And the other one. Cool. So for the I have an 18 and a 14. For the 18, I've rolled first, so that's for Kitty. The 14 is for Squiddy.
So, do you have your wand?
I actually do have my wand. I just couldn't be bothered grabbing it.
Are you currently holding your wand?
It's in her back pocket.
So, with dramatic flourish, Vitality grabs her wand, turns to Kitty, and
Get ready to
says the
fly.
magic- and says the magic words. This shoots Kitty upwards at an arc, like she's wearing a jetpack.
Cool. What about Squiddy?
Cordelia then turns to Squiddy and does the same spellcast, but the first one evidently was a lot more magically taxing than she was expecting, as it doesn't send Squiddy up nearly as high. Squiddy's just above the height of most normal people's heads, so Kami could very easily be hit in the head by a flying Squiddy.
Cool. Squiddy, when I say go, when I give the signal, you'll know what the signal will be. Start throwing the big bag of the color stuff Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna cast something else as well.
Yeah.
I want a big booming voice.
Right. So the spellbook flips to a page very near the front, which is just seems to be written in written over with someone's handwriting in a like navy blue pen, with "loud" is the title of the spell. Amplifies voice. To cast, you must say, "Hippity hoppity, listen to me, you fuckities."
Megaphone.
You must roll and then say those words to cast that.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I got the first part. The hippy hoppity, you must listen to me.
You fuckities.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
So
that's
long as
close
it
enough,
so
right?
long as it rhymes, it will work. So go on.
Oh, I have to make a rhyme?
Yep.
Fuck. What does it have to rhyme with?
Hippity hoppity.
I'm just
Hippity
gonna
hoppity,
say
you
what
are
I
my
want to
property.
do.
Hippity hoppity, don't fuck with my property.
I want to make it sound like it's Kitty, and that it's
Okay.
something along the lines of, "Wow, it's me, the big scary god killer. Come
Hippity
at
hoppity,
me.
I am the kitty.
I'll beat you." Something stupid like that.
So you utter the words "hippity hoppity," "your gods are now my property," and it sounds like it's coming from Kitty as Kitty's soaring above the arena.
I'm basically just dangling her on a cat string.
Every single camera is now focusing on Kitty.
Vi frantically moves her arms, and that's the signal for Squiddy and Kami.
Okay.
So Kami,
Whoa.
behind, like you see distantly, wandering behind you is some very scared-looking child.
I just stare in their direction and pull out a chunk of meat from my pocket and just look at them.
They are frozen in place, staring at you. They don't have a weapon
slowly walking towards
at
them.
all.
They're gonna pee their pants!
They start backing away from you at rapid speed, but trip and fall.
I continue to walk slowly towards them.
They curl into a ball because they're pretty sure they're about to get executed.
What are you
This
gonna do
poor
to the poor little
child.
kid?
So Kami, what do you do?
Um,
I mean, you doing what you were told. Something traumatizing.
yeah, I'm gonna traumatize them. Let's see. What do I have actually?
You have approximately 10 seconds to think what to do. That's what you do have.
Surely make them do math.
Okay, I am going to keep going towards them, and I'm going to teleport so it creates a teleport behind them so it creates a bubble fucking whatever the hell I named the spell. Bubble thing. Bubble wall.
Yeah.
So they can only see bubbles. And then I'm gonna
Right.
put my hand on their shoulder and go boo.
So the second you do that, the child screams really, really, really loudly.
And that's all. That's all I do.
You're giving that kid nightmares if they survive. They're gonna be
Still-
afraid of bubbles.
It's still
And
pretty tame
that-
for Kami.
And that is where we're gonna finish the session.
What about Kitty and Squiddy?
Oh, okay. I was gonna leave that as a cliffhanger for next session. So Kitty, you're flying above the arena. What the hell are you doing?
Do I hear Vi faking my voice?
You do, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my sword and wave it around and try and look scary.
Roll for intimidation.
Okay. 8.
Can they get advantage because I'm spelling them?
So you do get an advantage on that. I'm not telling you how much of an advantage, but for reasons.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you successfully make about half the people in the arena think you're scary. The other half just look at you and think that you're insane
Oh, that works.
because they're just seeing this flying cat screaming.
Oh my god.
Fair, honestly.
Squiddy, what you doing?
I'm just dangling in the air, and I throw one of the rocks.
I only one of them. You have so many of them.
Okay, can you roll a flat d20 for me for that?
19.
So you nail the child that Kami has made cry on the head with a red
Poor
paintball,
child.
and they scream again and then pass out from fear.
With a red paintball?
You guys are never going near children.
Bro, that
poor
kid's
child.
gonna think that they're dead. That kid's gonna think that they're dead because it's a red paintball after they just got the shit scared out of them.
And that is where we are leaving it for this session.
Oh my god.
Congratulations. You have encountered the location
Traumatized.
that
I don't think we
planned.
should be congratulating that.
No,
I think we
Traumatize the
should.
child.
Yeah,
You
should
have
congratulate
the
her.
location.
You make huh.
Oh, that's funny.
We make kids cry in this D&D campaign.
You made a child cry. Congrats.
You and Kami
Yay,
make
you
kids cry.
Yeah, I take no
And
part
that
in the
brings
children
us-
crying.
That's going out of context then if we make children cry in the D&D campaign.
You're welcome for the amazing quote.
I can't wait to
that
see
brings
the
us
out of
to the
context from this
decision.
episode.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need it now.
Well, Kitty has to post the VOD for me before I can do it.
Yep. Yesterday I got session 1's up, by the way. If
Nice
I don't know how
one.
far behind you are. Yeah.
I
Right.
haven't gotten around to doing that one yet.
So,
though.
feel free to outro stream, Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone else, if you want to head off, feel free.
Yep,
If you
say
want
your
to stay in
goodbyes
chat
now.
for a bit, feel free.
No.
Bye,
stream.
chat.
Bye,
Bye,
chat.
And on that, hope you enjoyed that chaos. I hope you guys like the funky new stream assets I got. I love them personally. I think it's a great upgrade from what we had before. So thank you, Clem, for all that wonderful art. And on that note, have a wonderful rest of your day or night. I will see you next time. Bye!